If you're ever in quick need of a Transformers bootleg, which I know so many of us often are, head over to Big Lots. They'll usually have you covered. These are the amazingly generically named Robotic Fighters. And you can get these for a steal for only $10 at Big Lots. Actually, it's a horrible price for two crappy Transformers bootlegs. Made in China and obviously found in the US at Big Lots, these were actually made to be distributed in Big Lots stores. The back of the box prompts us to collect them all, which I guess I've done, since it seems there's only 4 figures in this set. Though there at least might be a few color variations, as I seen a silver version of the bootleg of Cybertron Soundwave. The front of these boxes let us proudly, I suppose, know 2 robots, 4 playing modes. Wow, how are there 4 playing modes with just 2 robots? What could they possibly do? I find it kind of funny that a major retail chain can actually just get away with this. I mean, Transformers knockoffs are one thing, but bootlegs of the molds, that's another. So here's our team of robotic fighters. I think Prowl or Prawn or whoever is a little outnumbered here. Though our bootleg of Legends Cybertron Soundwave here certainly does have more of a blaster color scheme going on, so maybe he's a good guy, and we can call him New Sound Bluster or Billy. Cheers if you get that reference. Our other smaller figure also looks to be a bootleg of a Legends class Cybertron figure, however this one has had the mold reworked slightly. And the figure this was ripping off was the Thundercracker in this line, and even though he keeps the same color scheme, the wings and face have been altered. Just look at that doofy motherfucker. Looks almost more like a GoBot than a Transformer. Guess we'll call him Thundercrapper. Mr. Thundercrapper can feel very proud as he is the only one deemed worthy enough to get a sticker decal. They clearly put all the effort into placing that on. I'm not sure if they modified Sound Billy's mold a little bit too, but holy shit does he look like crap from the back. Thundercrap even. Now let's move on to our Prawn or Prowl Swipe, whatever you want to call this guy. He looks partially to be based on Universe or Henkai Prowl, but a lot of the parts look to be modified or stolen from another figure, and then he also has Sideswipe's head. Well, whoever this guy is, he's all about public safety and from the town of police? And now my favorite, Orange Scream or the Hunchback of Starscream. Who the hell thought that's how he should look in his robot mode?
Oh, how it pains me to do this! No, seriously, this alt mode is just complete torture!
Okay, at first I really just thought they were not transforming a Seeker all the way properly and calling that their different robot mode, but it appears they have mangled this poor guy, because you can see how these points look like the usual shoulders on a Seeker mold. But due to whatever they've done to this poor guy, if you try to put them that way, it turns out like this, which also looks quite painful. I'm sorry. Good night, sweet prince. And if you don't like Orange Scream or the Hunchback of Starscream, I guess you could call this guy Grandix. Or is Prowl Swipe Grandix? Who's the real Grandix? Well, I started the transformation process and surprise, surprise, pieces have already started popping off. I gotta say though, in his jet mode, he actually looks pretty good. Kind of a Sunstorm meets Dirge kind of thing. You know Sunstorm, of course, that animation error that got turned into a real boy and many figures, 'cause of reasons. Thundercrapper also represents represents decently in his jet mode, though his arms don't actually go anywhere during transformation. So it's kinda weird that his left hand has this peg in it for absolutely no reason. But at least he can fly around with his arms out. It's an awesome third mode, almost as cool as a Gerwalk, which he can also sorta kinda pull off. So while the two jets transform nicely and easily, the same can't be said for the other two. There's pieces that won't go together very nicely all over Sound Billy here, and just about every part of him fell off while trying to transform this thing.
Orange Scream superior, Sound Billy inferior.
And this is Prowl Swipe's transformation. Alright, I was getting rather pissed off with this one because I didn't know how the fuck his legs were supposed to go in to make the vehicle properly. And it turns out his legs can push in to get the back piece up, but because these are such crappy fucking bootlegs, his legs don't like to push in right, so I didn't even know that was possible first. So I've got one leg doing it now. Ugh, there we go. Fuck. And then we can form Prowl Swipe's piece of crap police car. Maybe. There you go. Look, perfect. Absolutely perfect, you piece. There we go. Prowl Swipe's perfect police car mode. Would painting the top lights at least red have killed them? I expected better from you, Town of Police, but you always disappoint me. And that's seriously as good as I can get the back to look. I can try pushing this together harder, but it doesn't do anything. So here's the miserable vehicle modes of the Robotic Fighters. 3 jets, well, sort of a jet, Cybertronian jet I suppose, and a car. Again, not really sure how fair these sides are. Also, you'd think these stupid bulky hollow weapons would at least have something to do with the vehicle modes, but nope!
Too bad auto-robotic fighters can't fly!
You forget this is the pilot of Robotic Fighters, so we can for some reason! Oh!
While none of these are great and all have had pieces fall off on me, certain ones were much more prone to having it happen than others. The Soundwave is so cheap he's mostly hollow from behind, and the Prowl wannabe's transformation involved much swearing when the pieces didn't even feel like they could move the way they were supposed to. The 2 regular jets were fairly easy to transform, but the other 2 were carnage and C minor. Detailing was kinda sparse, but at least not absent, even if it did make very little sense sometimes. Prowl Swipe's lights were the most notable spot that should have been painted, and only the larger figure in a set actually comes with a weapon, and that is a hollow piece of crap. 5. These are Mould Ripoffs, but have been partly reworked as well. The figure some of these were ripped off of was actually kinda hard to figure out since they didn't always just use one transformer or stick to one transformer's line. It's possible on Prowl Swipe pieces were used from alternators as well as Universe. They even changed up the transformations a bit on some, so I can give them credit for that, even if I'm not sure about the results for the robot mode. The most obvious figure was Cybertron Soundwave, whose changes were mostly coloring and hollowing out to be cheaper. 4. Straight from the Town of Police, it's the strangest one in this set. GoBot Thundercrapper. What? You get out of here. This is Hunchback Starscream's time to shine. The fact they fiddled with a Seeker mold to get this robot mode is kinda strange. I really don't know why anyone thought this was a good idea, but I'm glad they did. Well, it turns out the bootleggers got this ridiculous Hunchback design from Revenge of the Fallen Breakaway. What a surprise something this stupid came from the movies. They just took Breakaway and kinda melded him with a classic Seeker. 6. Robotic Fighter is a pretty generic name, and there's nothing much going on with this box other than showing pictures of the figures. They were sealed in decently at least, though I'm not really a big fan of the card inside a box style packaging. And it is nice they got the transformation instructions on the back, but I really wish they were clearer, especially in a certain figure's case. 3. These would all work decently fine with most Transformers. They don't look that bad for the most part, but some are a bit silly. 7. And the bootleg zones overall is 6. They're slightly above average Transformers knockoffs since they at least play around with the molds a bit, and I love the mangling of the poor Seeker mold.
Sing it with me, Braun. More new items available.
Well, Flyer Floptimus Prime, looks like you and your fellow transmutation former have taken a wrong turn.
Oh my super fire blasted Vector Sigma, Braun. It's the Robotic Fighters. Hey, that's the Robotic Fighters to you!
Shut up, Thundercrapper. You're making us look so uncool.
I'm gonna need your help this time, Braun. Quick, transform!
Little help, Prime?
Fire blasted Vector Sigma till all are fucked.
Wait, Prime, back up! I'm here, Prime! Public safety from the town of peace!
Prowl Swipe, I never thought I'd be happy to see you. Especially when you went and became a robotic fighter.
Don't worry, Prime. I may be a robotic fighter, but I'm still on your side.
Then perhaps we still have a chance. Prowl, transform it!
I managed that once, Prime, but I don't think I can do it again.
Awkward.
Fire blast you right in your rear axles, Prowl Swipe. This is the day when all are fucked.
Well, as Fire Blasted Prime has, how shall we say, departed, I nominate myself as the new leader!
Wait, Sound Billy Superior, Orangey Hunchscream Inferior. Never mind, you lead.
Anyone else opposed?
I always thought I could lead. No, just kidding, you better do it.